Hi, welcome to the Dooty Movies Podcast. I'm your host, Elliot Johnson, with your co-host,
Brady Collins, and today we'll be talking about Episode 4 of Star Wars: A New Hope.
Particularly, we're going to be talking about the cantina scene. We were asked if the scene was authentic or it was constructed. And I think we both agree it was constructed. It seemed authentic, but obviously, I don't think you can go out and find the Cantina Bar.
Well, I think it is still there today, but it was built just for this movie. It wasn't like it was something that was there from Agent Romans or something like that.
Yeah.
It was built for this movie. And you know what? It's hard to tell. But if we delve deeper into the scene, it's in Tatooine, Mos Eisley. It's the Cantina Bar. The scene has Obi-Wan and Luke looking for a pilot where they go into a scummy bar and they end up finding Han Solo, who's going to fly them. And Chewbacca. Sorry.
And it's a very, dark scene. Except for the bar. The bar is lit up.
And the lightsaber when he chops off the arm of the thug. I'm blanking on his name, sorry, but I know he chops off the arm of the thug, and later you get Han Solo who fries Greedo with his blaster. And those are the three things that give you glimpses of light in this bar, which is in a scummy place of town.
Yeah, I think it's Ponda Baba. Is the thug.
That's it, yeah.
Who has the red, I guess you could say, never mind, we'll cut that. The camera, don't forget about the camera. I think that's easy, though.
Oh, yeah, and this camera movement, it is a moving camera, and some scenes are still, like when Luke and Obi-Wan are talking to Han and Chewie, but usually you go around with the camera looking at all the people that they built, all the alien species and everything like that. They want to show you. They want to dazzle your eyes. And they show the people playing the saxophone, I'm pretty sure.
The instruments,
And then there's many different types of aliens in this movie, which is great. And it was all on a small budget in 1977.
Yeah, and all the robots that you saw, those are all real. They moved by themselves. They weren't, on rails or anything. And they did have difficulty when filming, because sometimes in the desert where they filmed, they would short circuit or something would go wrong, and they'd have to do it on spot.
So if we go back into the scene, you delve a little bit deeper, you see why this place is a scummy part of town. Obi-Wan, he's getting harassed by Ponda Baba, and the way he get rid of him, he takes out his lightsaber, slices his arm clean off. The bar goes silent for about 3 seconds, but no one does anything, and they just go back to their normal day.
Yeah.
Because this is a normal occurrence in this area. Later, Han shoots Greedo, nobody cares. They just take the body outside. And so, that's kind of adds to, the scummery, if you will, of this town.
Yeah.
I don't know what else word to use, but...
Yeah, I think that works really well. It's a very, I guess you'd say, bad part of town. And it's shown really well. And
oh, yeah. So in this movie, you have people like Greedo, Han Solo, Chewie, Luke, Obi-Wan, and Ponda Baba. Those are the characters in the cantina scene that are named. There's a bunch of other characters, there's the bartender, there's the guy with the messed up face.
Yeah.
There's all those other people. I could not find the names of them. I'm sorry for that. But this scene has a diverse group of characters. All the main characters, for the most part, are either droid or human, but for the rest of the world, it's a very diverse group of people. There's all these aliens and all this. And, that's how I describe this movie. A very diverse thing. So the reason they're there, though, at the bar, as we said earlier, is to find a pilot to fly them to Alderaan. They want to get to Alderaan so they can save the princess and the galaxy, because the Empire is a large threat. And so they get Han Solo and Chewie to fly them, and they leave. So, in all, we were asked, what elements would you get rid of from the scene? We said there's very great elements in the scene, and the scene is almost perfect. The original one was perfect, is what we said, but in 2004, when they digitally remastered the movie, we said that they shouldn't have made Greedo shoot first, because that takes a piece of the character of Han Solo away, because later movies you see him shoot at Darth Vader first. He has no fear. He's a very cautious man, and he's not going to take the chance with Greedo. But you have him shoot second in this movie, which takes an element of the character away. Generally, what do you think about Star Wars as a whole? Its soundtrack, this movie, what did you think of it as a whole?
Well, this movie, especially the Cantina Bar scene, the soundtrack and the music is so iconic, and everyone knows the Cantina Bar music. The special effects were ahead of its time with the lightsaber and everything.
Oh yeah.
And it was sort of unmatched, and especially when people first saw it, they were amazed by it because of how far ahead it was in production quality, and it wasn't on a huge budget. It was $11 million at the time, which is around $42 million now, and they probably made 200 million.
Oh yeah.
Probably close to that, in the box office. So it was a really successful movie in whole, in the whole franchise.
I mean, today it's a pillar of Hollywood. You know, without Star Wars, you know, I think some creative minds wouldn't be there. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it is worth like $20 billion now, and so it's crazy to think about how far Hollywood has come, and how big this thing has gotten. Because right now there's 10 or 11 different Star Wars shows in the making. There's 9 movies in the canon trilogy. There's a bunch of comics. I mean, this thing has become an empire of its own. It brings out a little piece of your childhood.
Yeah.
In everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you got characters like Yoda, Anakin, Obi-Wan, General Grievous, Count Dooku, Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, R2-D2, C-3PO, all those people. And, you know, I understand why it's so big. I love the movies personally. I'm pretty sure majority of people do. Yeah. And Star Wars is one of the biggest things in the world.
Yeah. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for the Dooty Movies Podcast for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you later.